Hello there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about the Sony A7C Mark II, not 1. This is Mark 1, and I've decided to keep it, and it's a good camera, and I've explained it in a different video. But today I wanted to talk about which camera I would actually get. I just gave it away in the intro. So, okay, the pig is out of the bag. I was hoping to do it more like an elaborate surprise thing. So I'm recording this entire video, and my main camera is the Sony ZV-E1. It's a fantastic camera. I've made several videos about it, talking about it, how amazing it is at so many things. And despite that, having said all of this, it is not the camera that I would purchase today. Today, I would get a very different camera. I would get the Sony A7C Mark II, not Mark 1, because it just checks up all the boxes for me. Okay, now it's not a better camera by any means than the Sony ZV-E1, at least in not all areas. So first of all, it's a hybrid camera, meaning that it can do video and it can do photo both equally well. It does 4K 60, which I've mentioned before. That's all I want from a camera. 4K 120 is very nice, but it's not a necessity for someone like me. The problem I have with the Sony ZV-E1 is the 12 megapixel situation. I made videos about how great photos it actually takes, but you know, if you're doing photography, you want to crop in, you want to work on those details in post-production, you really want something better than 12 megapixels. You know what I'm saying? Like 24 is very nice. Now, with the Sony A7C Mark II, you get 33 megapixels, which is bonkers. It's just crazy good. I love it. So it has 4K 60, it has 33 megapixels, and it has pretty good image stabilization. It's compact, it's light. The price is not bad at all. It's very nice, affordable price for a camera. And the battery life is really good. It doesn't suffer from overheating as the Sony ZV-E1, although I think that's a topic that's been blown way out of proportion. I never had issues with my Sony ZV-1. Kidding. Gotcha. Okay, jokes aside, the Sony ZV-E1, it's my main go-to camera. I'm not going to sell it. I definitely do not regret purchasing it. And it has a lot of bells and whistles that the A7C Mark II does not have, you know, like the dynamic image stabilization or certain framing tracking features. And it doesn't crop in if you do your 4K slow motion video. But it does have, you know, it's a nice all-around camera on a very professional level. The higher megapixel count. Now, some would say that, well, the Sony ZV-E1, it does have amazing low light performance, and I definitely do not argue with that. I've been playing around with the low light performance recently, and I want to do some more tests. I'm actually thinking about making a video about that, so if you want to see that, consider subscribing so you don't miss it. But my point is that when it comes to low light performance, the Sony ZV-E1, you know, it follows the FX3, the Sony A7S3, and it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, but do I need it? Honestly, with a full frame camera being as good as it is, and Sony also adding some kind of noise reduction features, I don't know, some kind of magic is going on with Sony cameras and on those really high ISOs. It's really impressive. Now, I don't really need to be able to shoot an extremely high ISO and, you know, not having a lot of noise and stuff like that. It's not a necessity. It's nice to have. It's nice to know that if I'm in a tent in the dark, I could sort of film a little bit, but I don't need it. You know, I have a studio lamp. You know, I don't really need that low light performance. So for me, the ideal camera at this day and age, like this is September 2023. If I was going to buy a new camera today to replace all of my cameras, it will be the Sony A7C Mark II. I wonder how many times I said it incorrectly previously. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, it's a great camera. I think it's a very affordable, good camera for all sorts of purposes. I think that it's not going to get enough recognition in the camera community because it's like, it's just the next version of the Sony A7C, not a big deal. It doesn't do anything better than any other camera, but I really disagree with that. The Sony A7C is a great series. I hope that Sony never quits this series and they actually, keep on releasing newer and newer versions of it. So I think that with the Sony A7C Mark II, they put in a lot of features into it. It doesn't have all the features that the Sony ZV-E1 does, but then again, the Sony ZV-E1, it has a lot of features that no camera has by far. Like, some of those are a bit gimmicky, I have to admit, and maybe I'll make a video about that in the future. But my point is, A7C Mark II, fantastic camera. I like it. I would get it. Unfortunately, I already have this A7, I can't talk today. The A7C, and I have the Sony ZV-E1. That's more camera than a person can handle, so I'm gonna quit there. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.